A season-long journey follows a path to greatness. A destination. A dream. A quest for excellence. It's your time. A time to compete for a place in Nebraska sports history. Great moments are earned here. Play like a champion. Welcome to the NSAA Girls State Basketball Championships on NET.
NET Sports, Nebraska's home for championship sports, is live from the Bob Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2011 NSAA Girls Basketball Tournament. And this morning in our first game of the day, it's the Class C1 State Championship as the Sandy Creek Cougars take on the Minden Whippets here at the Devaney Sports Center. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Larry Putney along with Trudy Nolan. Great to have you with us for the first of what will be 6 state champions crowned today right here on NET. Thrilled to be able to bring you those throughout today. Let's start bright and early with a couple of teams on opposite ends of the spectrum. Nobody's been here as many times in a championship game as Sandy Creek. Minden, never been here before. First time ever at the Devaney Sports Center competing for a state championship. And a very familiar name on Sandy Creek, last name of Shaw. We've heard it once or twice.
We have. You know, and Michaela Shaw has had a great tournament thus far. First day she had 28 points and the second day 25 points. So she's coming in ready to play in this state tournament. You know, we have seen them here at the state tournament a lot. There's a rich tradition in Sandy Creek with girls basketball. One thing that they can do, though, is they create those turnovers, and when they do, they capitalize on it with a basket.
For the Minden Whippets, they come in with Brooke Kissinger, and boy, she has been on fire down here in Lincoln.
She has. She put on quite a show yesterday, Larry. She had 25 points yesterday, and of those 25, 7 of them were three-pointers. She set this Class C1 record yesterday. She could come in today and set the all-time record. It's 12 three-pointers. She only needs 2 more. She's had 10 this tournament, so she's doing very well. They have outside and inside game. They've only had 2 losses. One was to Boone Central earlier in the season. Of course, that's who they played yesterday and won. And then also to Holdridge. They were in the state tournament as well.
So the 2012 NSAA Girls C1 Championship Final coming up next on NET.
Get involved in high school activities. For championship ticket information, visit the Nebraska School Activities Association's website.
Driving isn't worth your full attention.
What is?
A safety reminder from your Nebraska Department of Roads.
Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center. We are ready for the Class C1 State Championship between Minden and Sandy Creek. These 2 head coaches have combined for more than 800 career wins. These 2 schools separated by just 50 miles. Let's go to public address announcer Doc Weininger, who will introduce our national anthem singer.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the
Outstanding job by Whitney Wagner with our national anthem. Good to have you with us here this morning, bright and early at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Our first state championship of the day in Class C1. The Sandy Creek Cougars come in with a tradition-rich program and a record of 21-3. On the other bench from Minden, it's the Whippets, and the Whippets are 22-2 overall. As Matt said, and also Trudy mentioned off the top, 50 miles separate these two teams. Surprising maybe that they haven't squared off in different conferences, of course, but earlier this year they did play last year. So these two teams faced each other last year in the consolation game with introductions. Let's go to Doc Weiniger.
Number 25, Kaylee Fye. Number 31, Riley Morris. Number 33, Amanda Skalka. Number 35, Taylor Hendricks. Number 41, Morgan Dixon. Number 45, Dylan Woodbury. Number 51, Beth Von Spreckelson. And number 53, Erica Haar. And now, the non-starters for the home team, the Minden Whippets. Number 13, Shay Taylor. Number 30, Elizabeth Grant. Number 31, Emily Nelson. Number 35, Allison Hollinger. Number 41, Elena Boudreau. Number 42, Carly Bauer. Number 43, Allison Rouse. Number 45, Allison Geis. And number 54, Sydney Stadler. And now, the starting lineup for the Sandy Creek Cougars. A 5'5" sophomore, number 11, Connor Lowry. A 5'6" senior, number 13, Tori Wheeler. A 5'10" senior, number 21, Montana Hendricks. A 5'11" senior, number 23, Ashley Harms. And a 5'11" junior, number 43, Michaela Shaw. Head coach for the Cougars is Russ Neinmeyer, assisted by Jeremy Boer and Crystal Hassenstadt. And now, the starting lineup for the Minden Whippets. A 5'7" senior, number 21, Carly Sartorius. A 5'7" sophomore, number 22, Brooke Kissinger. A 5'9" senior, number 25, Hallie Bauer. A 5'9" sophomore, number 40, Jamie Kissinger. And a 6' senior, number 51, Bailey Peterson. Head coach for the Whippets is Rick Promosta, assisted by Greg Sartorius and Donnie Miller. Today's game officials are Steve Atkinson, Shane Alexander, and Ben Klein. The bench official is Chad Lyons. And now, ladies, let's play basketball!
Well, ready to go now in Class C1, as we said off the top. 50 miles separate these two. Let's zoom in and show you Minden High School. There's a look at aerial view of Minden and the high school, and then zip just 50 miles to the east and just slightly to the south, and you find the home of the Cougars from Sandy Creek, coming in at 23-1. Both of those teams have traveled up I-80 right here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center, where they will square off for a state championship. Minden knocked off Boone Central, which had beaten it earlier this year and was the #1 team in the state. Boone Central shut down in the semifinals. They also knocked off Hershey in the first game. Sandy Creek beat a Game Concordia team in that first round and then beat Chadron to make it here to the finals. There's Russ Neinmeyer in his 35th season as the head coach of Sandy Creek, and he's done a phenomenal job with this program. They have won as many state championships as almost anyone. In fact, if they were to win here today, it would be their 10th overall state title. There's Rick Cremosta, head coach of the Minden Whippets in his 12th year. That 10, by the way, for Sandy Creek would trail only South Sioux City, which has 11. Of course, the Cardinals of South Sioux have been on a bit of a drought here lately. They haven't been to the state championship game since 2008. So Tori Wheeler with the ball. She's closely guarded up top by Brooke Kissinger. Out top, there's Ashley Harms. Boy, Ashley took a nasty gouge to the eye yesterday, had 4 stitches, missed about an entire quarter, but put those 4 stitches in and came right back out to the game. So we'll keep an eye on that and check that swelling as she's posting up down low. They're trying to feed her the ball. Now the drive, the basket, no shot. They will call it on the ground. So Tori Wheeler is fouled. Foul committed by number 21, Carly Sartorius. It'll be her first, Minden's first foul.
You know, Larry, when you talk about Ashley yesterday, she was out for a little bit, but she came back in. She hit 2 big free throws there down at the stretch of the game.
Pass tried inside for Lowry, no touch, and a turnover on the Cougars. So the kind of possession that Russ Ninemeyer wants to see. He wants to chew clock, not get out and run with this Whippets team, which is averaging 64 points a game.
And both teams, Larry, we're going to see tough man-to-man defense. Both teams love to play that, so they're used to it on offense as well.
Long 3 off by Brooke Kissinger, trying to keep that hot hand going here in the state title game. Set off the top, she had 7 3-pointers, a new Class C1 state tournament record in the semifinals. Kayla Shaw put it on the ground, nice pass, and the lay-in by Ashley Harms. So Harms with her first 2 of the game, she averages 16 on the season.
You know, throughout the game, we'll see a lot of good play between Shaw and Harms for Sandy Creek. They look for each other very well on the inside.
Good defense up top. Turnover, Michaela Shaw has it. She'll drive in. Shaw can't finish. So 2-zip here early on. 2 minutes gone in quarter number 1 of the Class C1 State Championship showdown. The drive by Kissinger, and a foul will be called on the floor before the shot. Looked like they might have got Tori Wheeler. They did. They'll make it 23, not 13. So Ashley Harms picks up the foul. There's a look at that eye. You can see a good shot, a nice black and blue, and the cut above the eye.
Her eye looks a little sore, but you know what? That showed yesterday she's really tough coming out of the locker room and playing at the end of the game.
Defense there tied up by Jamie Kissinger. So we have Jamie and Brooke Kissinger, both sophomores, twin sisters. One averaging 15, one averaging 16 a game. This Whippet team with a young roster. The other leading scorer, Hallie Bauer, is a senior.
And you know, both of the twins last year were starters as freshmen, so they've been here. They've been a little bit experienced after last year, and they're only sophomores, as you said, Larry.
Here's Jamie Kissinger. Now over to Hallie Bauer, who drives in. Good defense, hands high in the air by Harms. Did not draw the foul, and now Whippet's trying to pick it up full court. Kicked outside, wide open jumper on the way by Heinrichs, can't get it. Heinrichs will chase down her own rebound. So Wheeler will set it back up. And now a foul underneath called on Connor Lowry, so an offensive foul. And that will give the Whippets the ball. Well, slow going here early in this state championship in Class C1.
You know, they got to get the nerves out a little bit. It's a, championship game. Minden did not make it here last year, but they've been here before, and certainly we've talked about Sandy Creek has been here before, but it's always a new year, a new game when you're in the championship here at state tournament. Great defense there by Michaela Shaw to tip it, and finally tied up, and possession arrow goes to Sandy Creek. So Michaela Shaw, just a junior, she averages
nearly 18 a game, and she's already getting some attention from some D1 schools, getting a few looks. She's had an outstanding tournament as Michaela Shaw. 28 points in the opener against Concordia, 25 against Shadman. And here's a wide open shot by Shaw off the front of the rim. Now Kissinger from outside. Kissinger is off. Rebound underneath. Goes to Ashley Harms. And timeout by Russ Ninemeyer. So pace of play a little slower than Ninemeyer would like, or maybe the offensive efficiency not quite as good. Let's take a look back, a flashback to last year's Class C1 state championship game.
High School, the 2011 Class D2 state basketball champion.
Last year, the Class C1 championship featured a matchup between the 2010 runner-up Wahoo Warriors and the Hawkettes from Hastings St. Cecilia. Wahoo guard Maddie Mern established dominance right away, scoring 8 points in the first 3 minutes of play. But after shooting 4 for 5 from the floor to start the game, the Warriors were only 3 of 20 the rest of the half. Hawkette sophomore Chanel Farmer went on a hot streak in the second half, hitting 7 of 7 from the field. St. Cecilia took an 8-point lead with 2 minutes to go, and despite a late three-pointer by Mern, held on to the lead and won 65-61, securing their first title since 1979.
So motion underneath as we return to live action. Ball tipped around. Whippets come down with it. Last year, St. Cecilia picking up its first ever state championship. Whippets would love to do the same, and the lay-in off of the break by Bailey Peterson. Nice entry pass as well. Ball swatted around. Michaela Shaw running it down, and then she's fouled. The foul will be called on Emily Nelson now in the game.
I think probably, Larry, both coaches are seeing a little bit of, not quite the tempo that they want to do, not quite the offense that they, want to see at this point. So Russ Ninemeyer probably did a good job of calling timeout there and trying to get his team back together and get them going here.
Inside, here's Shaw. And Shaw called for the travel.
So looking at those championship game last year, Larry, now it looks like we're going to have a new title this year for a team. But keep in mind, Sandy Creek, they're going for their 10th state title. The last one was in 2010.
Well, here's Bauer, now kicks out. Back inside to Bauer. Two, 3:15 to go. Period number one. The jumper off and a rebound by Jamie Kissinger. Back to Kissinger, three-pointer, got it. Saw the first three-pointer for the Whippets. Jamie Kissinger nails it. And a 5-2 lead. Back comes Shaw, gets her own rebound, puts it off the glass. And Michaela Shaw with 2.
Minden does a good job on the man-to-man offense where they're very patient. They'll do a lot of pick and rolls. They'll do a lot of on the weave offense and look for that open shot.
And another 3. Now the Whippets beginning to warm up. Hey. 8-4 here. Whippets on an 8-2 run. Ball lost underneath. Kick back up top in this tough Minden Whippets defense. Here's Shaw off glass, and Shaw with 4 points. They're going to need Michaela Shaw to have a big game to hang with Minden.
They are, and she's a complete player. She plays a lot for Sandy Creek on the inside, but she could also be an outside player as well.
Nice steal by Jamie Kissinger the other way.
That was a good steal. Taylor Hendricks brought it down. Taylor is just a freshman, so to come in here, she played yesterday, did a great job for Sandy Creek. doing the same here today. You know, it's a big step for a freshman to come in and play in a championship state tournament game.
And another turnover. This time Shaw with it. Inside the turnaround. Won't go. Ball loose on the ground. Battling for it. And we have a foul on the floor. Foul called on the Minden Whippets, Haley Bauer.
You know, one of the things that can happen, that was on a rebound, but Minden likes to play pressure defense, and I think throughout the season they've had some difficulty where they're playing pressure defense and they get into a little bit of foul trouble by that.
Montana Heinrichs kicks it back out. Here's Taylor, and she traveled. One step too many before the drive. Both teams with 5 turnovers here in this first period of play. So 8-6, Minden on top. Bailey Peterson with it, looks inside. Cutter was not there. Now Bauer with it on the dribble. Bauer guarded by Michaela Shaw. And found Peterson.
You know, and here's that pressure defense that Sandy Creek likes to play, but as I said, Minden is very patient on their offense. They look to get the open shot.
Foul on the floor. Second foul now called on Connor Lowry. So Lowry picks up her second. She'll go to the bench, and back in comes Tori Wheeler. Jumper in the lane by Kissinger. The rebound goes to Ashley Harms. Pushed by Sandy Creek. Here's Michaela Shaw. Shaw loses the dribble, but they'll call a foul on the Whippets. Call will be on Bailey Peterson. One foul for Peterson. That's the Whippets' 4th team foul.
One of the other things we see a lot is the twins at the state tournament. You know, we have the Kissinger twins here. Chadron had twins. Papillion La Vista South had twins. Lots of twins in the state tournament.
Ashley Harms with the bucket there. Now all even at 8. 10 seconds to go here, first period. And the ball tipped around. It's loose on the floor. Taken away. 3 seconds to go. Will she get a shot off? She does. It's good if it goes, and it doesn't. Rattles around and can't get it to go on the shot of Montana Heinrichs. One is in the books. It's all even at 8, Whippets and Cougars.
So I was talking to my mom the other day, and she said that there's no way we can afford college.
Here, check educationquest.org. See? They have information about grants, scholarships, and other ways to pay for college. You can even go to their office, and they'll show you what to do. For free.
Education Quest Foundation offers free services to help students plan and pay for college. To learn more, visit educationquest.org.
Education Quest helped us get to college.
And they can help you too.
Animal agriculture is vital to Nebraska. Livestock production not only contributes to our food supply, but also helps our rural communities. Livestock provides revenue for schools, creates jobs, supports Main Street, and enhances the future for farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Board's Animal Agriculture Initiative works to encourage growth of responsible livestock enterprises to benefit agriculture and Nebraska.
Back at the Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln, Nebraska. Second period of action. The Whippets fans excited. Their first ever trip here to this state championship showdown, and they're facing Sandy Creek. We mentioned these two teams faced off at state last year, but it was in the consolation game. They both lost in the semifinals. In that consolation, it was Minden winning it over Sandy Creek 62-45. Take that back. Sandy Creek beating Minden 62-45. So Sandy Creek won the consolation battle last year. foul underneath. Let's head over to Matt Schick. Matt.
Yeah, if you hear a loud roar whenever Minden scores a point or a bucket, there's good reason for that. The entire town may be here. Population is around 2,900. Talked to Athletic Director Carl Ashman, who said the policy today was last one out of Minden, turn out the lights. Of course, the boys team will be at state next week, so maybe they'll just stay the whole week.
Have to turn off everybody's lights or just like the city lights?
Yeah, just everything. The power, generators,
Really?
everything.
You
Yeah.
got to go down and flip all the switches.
Right.
Did not want to be the last one out of town. Foul called to the floor. That'll be on Ashley Harms. So Harms picks up the foul. 5th team foul on the Cougars.
You know, after one quarter, I think both teams probably are talking a little bit about their offense, getting things going a little bit more. You know, Brooke Kissinger probably will not find an open 3 as much today as she did yesterday. I'm sure Sandy Creek saw that, has her number for today. And Sandy Creek's going to want to run it. You know, they like to run and get it inside to Shaw or to Harms.
Open 3 by Kissinger is off. Great hustle, gets her own rebound, keeps it alive. Brooke Kissinger tries the drive. Little floater in the lane. Contact, no foul called, and the outlet quickly pushed up the floor by Montana Heinrichs, who drives in, and Montana gets the roll. So the bucket by Montana Heinrichs, all even now at 10 here. Early in quarter number 2, her first 2 points. Seeing some great man defense here by both of these teams. 3-pointer by Kissinger on the way, doesn't get it. And a foul called underneath on Minden. Looked like the foul was on Bauer. It was called on Bauer. Now to the game, Bailey Peterson for the Whippets. Also in for the Cougars is Tori Wheeler.
You know, one of the things Russ Nidenmeyer talked about yesterday was after he lost Ashley Harms, he then had to look down his bench and use a lot of his players there. And that's a good deal for a coach if you can look down your bench in a state tournament game and use your players off the bench as well and still get into a championship game.
3-pointer on the way by Heinrichs, rolled around, tipped alive to herself, and Taylor Heinrichs couldn't get it, but it goes out of bounds. So say off of Minden, it will stay with Sandy Creek. Kayla Shaw drives, and the lay-in right between the defense. 6 points early here for Michaela Shaw. Shaw averaging 18 on the year. Kissinger with it now, off to Bauer. Bauer looks back for Kissinger, finds her on the way. And another foul called, this time it'll be on Sandy Creek. I'll make it Bailey Peterson. Bailey Peterson called for over the back. Second foul on Peterson, and now the 6th team foul on the Whippets. So one more and Sandy Creek will be in the bonus.
You know, Minden's having a little hard time finding the hoop here, but, you know, they do crash the boards very well, try to get in there on the rebounds, might get themselves into a little foul trouble, but they're working hard on getting those second shots.
Pass there by Michaela Shaw, went off the face of Montana Heinrichs, right through her hands and off the nose and out. Not only does the turnover hurt, but I'm feeling that just hurt, period.
It's probably better it was her than Ashley Harms, though.
Right. A good screen set up top. Bauer couldn't find anything. Team that loves to screen up top, drive, and then kick out to the threes. Good rebound, put back up. Haley Bauer with the bucket. 7 points for Haley Bauer.
That was a great follow, and she's going to be going to Hastings College next year and playing at Hastings. Haley Bauer is.
Off of Minden, it will stay with the Cougars. If you had to say pace of play favored either team right now, you'd think possibly favoring Sandy Creek. They want to slow this down and not get in a up and down the court game with Minden.
Yeah, and they're controlling on the offense on the inside. That's where they want to look on the inside. Michaela Shaw likes to have it, in the lane there and then drive to the basket, and that's what they're getting to work right now. Brooke Kissinger's having a little trouble finding the hoop, but only way you can really get out of that is keep shooting. It's going to fall. It fell yesterday for her. She'll get it back here.
That foul called on Sydney Stadler, her second foul. Second on the way by Shaw. Rebound to the Whippets. 13-12. Boy, good job to get that hand up and deny defense and knock the ball loose. Over the timeline, and then the double. He was trapped up top, but got it off the Harms, and now right back to Montana Heinrichs. Wheeler thought about the three. Now Heinrichs looks inside. Tipped away and out of bounds. They will say that went off of the hands of Ashley Harms.
One of the other things that's good to watch, both Rick Cremosta and Ross Neinmeyer, they have had rich traditions starting there. They've coached in some big games. You'll see them really getting into the game, both of them, when their team's on offense and on defense.
Boy, they are putting pressure on that ball. They don't necessarily pick up full court, but they certainly put pressure on that all-out pass to prevent Sandy Creek from getting any transition game going. Off of the hands there of Harms again on the entry pass from Heinrichs. So back-to-back times those two have misconnected. Saw a look at Russ Neinmeyer. The Sandy Creek program, you talked about it, just the tradition that this program has built under Russ Neinmeyer. Three on the way. Kissinger can't get it to go. Kicked around. And a foul will be called on the floor. And that foul will go against Taylor Heinrichs. Taylor, just a freshman, getting some great experience here in a state championship game. Only freshman on the roster for Sandy Creek. Only freshman on either roster. Three on the way. Well short. Shaw with the rebound. Inside 4 minutes. 4 minutes to go before half. Three on the way, and got it. Three-pointer by Ashley Harms.
We see a lot where she's really an inside player and comes out there to shoot that three. Michaela Shaw does the exact same thing. It's nice to have those versatile players on your team.
Off of her missed shot, Jamie Kissinger grabs the ball and is called for the foul. Here's a look at the last three.
There it is, where she goes out on top, gets that three out on top. Like I said, it's nice to have those versatile players that can be on both on the inside and on the outside, and both her and Shaw do a very good job of doing that.
So the last foul called on Jamie Kissinger gives the Whippets 8 fouls, so Sandy Creek in the bonus, 1-1. First one good from Ashley Harms. She now has 8. Eight points, 4 rebounds. For the 5'11" senior forward from Sandy Creek. Second one good as well. 9 here in the first half for Ashley Harms.
The pressure defense that Sandy Creek is putting on the ball just like that is really giving Minden some fits right now. Right now, Minden is sitting 2 for 9 at the three-point line. Not what they had yesterday. They may make some adjustments here, especially with the defense, like I said, that Sandy Creek is playing on them.
Looking inside, now kick back up top. That is on the line, no good. Rebound to Kissinger. Middle of a 6-0 Sandy Creek run. Bauer carried it. Dribble a little too high. She thought she was going to pass. Passing lane closed up, and she carried, and we have a timeout called
by Rick Cremosta of the Minden Whippets. Well, Cremosta saw the frustrated look of his Minden offense, called timeout. I want to remind you to log on to facebook.com/NET Sports and become a fan. You can leave questions, comments, see what's happening behind the scenes, plus find out what's coming up next on Nebraska's Home for Sports. It's fast, fun, and easier than ever to be part of Nebraska's only statewide sports network on facebook.com/NET Sports. Fans from both Minden and the Sandy Creek area. Sandy Creek comes in 21-3. Minden at 22-1. Talked about Rick Cremosta. He also coached at Deschler. Won the '94 C2 state championship when he was at Deschler. Now really turned things around in Minden. So Sandy Creek on top by 8, 18-12. 2.5 to go before half. Montana Heinrichs off to Harms. Now inside right, back to Harms. Good, nice pass by Heinrichs. 11 points here for Ashley Harms.
You know, especially coming off yesterday off that injury, she has had a great game here so far. And that was a nice little play there that Sandy Creek did. Here's the pressure defense down here that Sandy Creek is causing Minden to have those turnovers. Same thing Sandy Creek did yesterday. And here's that play. Here comes Ashley Harms off that screen. Made a nice basket underneath. Yesterday, Sandy Creek, you know, was shattering. They caused a lot of turnovers. And when they caused those turnovers, they came down and they made those baskets. And that can make a huge difference in a game if you're connecting on the turnovers.
Inside Shaw, turn around, can't get it to go, rebound, back up strong in the bucket by Taylor Heinrichs. What a great rebound, and strongs it back up for the bucket. A 10-0 Sandy Creek run. Miss, kick back out, a foul on the shot. The foul will be called on Heinrichs. And that'll put Bauer at the line for the Whippets. One more look.
Now keep in mind, Taylor here, she's just a freshman coming in there strong, getting that rebound, putting that right back up.
We were all even at 12 late in quarter number 1. Early quarter 2, we were all even at 12. There's the Whippets' first bucket since it was 12-12. So now 22-13, a 9, make it 10-1 run by the Cougars. Shaw on the drive, gets the foul, does not get the roll. Another look at the shot by Shaw.
You know, this is what they like. She's coming around the corner here, right down the lane. She likes to come around there, take the shot like she does, or she takes a dribble in there and gets that right off the backboard. They look in there on the block for her very well.
Foul called on Sydney Stadler, the junior, 5'11", her third personal foul.
You know, I was talking to Russ Neymar before the game about Michaela, and he had said, very good thing, I mean, she's a complete player. She plays inside for them most of the time, but she can be an outside player as well.
Kissinger with it, kicks it outside. Bauer with the three-pointer, got it. So three-pointers beginning to warm up. There's Hallie Bauer with the 3. She had 17 against Boone Central in the semis. And the turnover by the Cougars. Just what Minden needed to get back into this with under a minute to go before halftime. Trying to cut into that deficit. make it manageable in the second half. Good defense up top. Hustle by Kissinger to keep it alive. And the turnover again. 12 turnovers now by the Minden Whippets. 24-16. Sandy Creek will likely hold for the final shot of the half.
Yeah, probably holding it here till 1. Probably gonna look for Michaela Shaw on the inside.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe they'll shoot.
Dylan Woodbury with the shot. That's off, and now a foul. So second personal on Jamie Kissinger. That will put Tori Wheeler at the line. An 8-point lead, 11 seconds before half. Back of the rim. Emily Nelson back in for Minden. Now coming in for Sandy Creek is Morgan Dixon, a sophomore, 5'9" forward. That'll give Ashley Harms a rest.
Probably making sure she doesn't get another foul in there as well. With only 11 seconds left right before half, doesn't want to have another foul before we come out in the third quarter.
So hits one of the 2 shots, now a 9-point lead. Brooke Kissinger hands it off to Nelson. Nelson on the pass, cannot get the easy lay-in to go, and that'll end the first half of play. So Russ Ninemeyer and the Sandy Creek Cougars with a 9-point advantage over Rick Cremosta and the Minden Whippets. It's 25-16 at the half. The Class C1 state championship, Sandy Creek and Minden. And the Cougars are leading it 25-16. Let's go down to Matt Schick. Matt.
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Russ Ninemeyer. You got to like how after a slow start, you got into a flow offensively. How were you able to do that?
Well, I think our kids just relaxed a little bit. We came out a little tentative a little bit. We got a young team out there, so but then we got some easy shots. We got shots down really low early. These were falling. Now they're starting to go down. Defensively, the on-ball pressure causing some problems. You anticipate keeping with that? Oh, yeah. We're going to stay the same way. We're not going to change right now unless Minden does something differently. But as long as we get control of the half court there, we're going to stay the way we are. Good luck in the second half. Thanks a lot. 25-16, your halftime score. Sandy Creek up on Minden here at halftime.
Every day here in Nebraska, you work hard to build a life for your family and take care of them. You do your part, and we're working hard to do ours. We're Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska. From Scottsbluff to Scribner, you can count on us to help protect your family and your future. Today and tomorrow, we're here where you are, and we work for you.
We'd like to say we have the good life in our state. And for more than 40 years, Nebraska Public Power District has kept the good life running smoothly for Nebraskans. We are driven to go above and beyond with a spirit to provide reliable, affordable electricity with outstanding customer service each and every day. Because in the end, we want to make the good life better for all. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
NET Sports coverage of the 2012 NSAA State Basketball Tournament is brought to you in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. By Constellation Energy, formerly known as One Oak Energy Marketing Company, a participant in the Choice Gas program and a proud supporter of Nebraska 4-H and FFA. And by the Aurora Cooperative. Innovative, financially strong, committed to the communities we serve. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities.
Halftime here, Sandy Creek up on Minden 25-16 here in the Class C1 State Championship. Joined at halftime by Nebraska High School Hall of Fame President Dick Beechner and the NSAA and the Hall of Fame really go hand in hand, don't they?
Well, no question about that. There's more than just the NSAA. It's the Coaches Association, athletic administrators. And I said before we went on the air, we're really a facilitator. And we wouldn't have a Hall of Fame if it were not for these fine athletes and the coaches and the ADs. So the NSAA has afforded us, Matt, the opportunity to be housed in their building over by Haymarket Ballpark. And for the last couple of years, we've been in the process of trying to raise enough money to have a place, to have a physical presence, rather than just have our induction ceremony, which we've done for the past 17 years, and this will be our 18th year.
You guys have an important mission, but you're also adding to that mission.
No question about it. A lot of times the past is forgotten, and we like to be able to present a situation where we can honor the past to inspire the future. Along with that, we're trying to add the idea of sportsmanship to our mission. And the Coaches Association, the athletic administrators, and the NSAA for the last 10 years have had a sports summit. And we'd like to join them and even promote sportsmanship even more, Matt. In our society, especially election time, the civility in our society is not very good, and people are not very nice to each other. Well, you can be a gracious loser. You don't have to be a good loser. And I think that the NSAA and the coaches and the administrators have really made an impact on sportsmanship, because it hasn't been very good 10 years ago. And unfortunately, a lot of kids emulate what they see on TV. And the pros are better. They'll at least hand the ball to the official after they score now. So I think it's a lot better, but we think we can enhance the whole deal.
You guys inducted a class last September, is that right? And you're inducting another one coming up?
That's correct. This will be our 18th class, and it'll be October 7th at the Lead Center. We ordinarily have about 750 people. We probably should honor the band, too.
Yeah, let's induct the band right now.
But at any rate, we ordinarily, as I said, have about 750 people. We've inducted about 350 coaches, athletes, administrators, and contributors. There's another section of our program that we honor people, such as officials. As you know, officials only 50% right. They don't have to be 100% right to get in ours. But also the Gustafson Award, which is an inspiration award, the Fisher Family Award, great moments in sports, and we added a new category last year, dynasties. Seward might be eligible for a dynasty at some point. They hit 100 wins yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
With music behind us for the last 20 seconds, you have to wait 15 years to get in, but you don't have to wait that long to be nominated, right?
The thing about it is, you should be nominated for the Hall of Fame. And I think that's a question you asked me. You have to be out of high school 15 years before you're eligible. But you can be nominated tomorrow. For example, the two swimmers from Creighton Prep and Columbus had they broke records, which some of them hadn't been broken for some time. Just to show you how things change in swimming, 1952, Charlie Youngblood broke 1 minute for the first time in the 100-yard freestyle. The kid goes 44.71 this year. That's a lot of seconds. The water's basically the same.
Appreciate your time. Thank you for not dancing during the music.
I want to say one thing. Jim Carmichael doesn't get enough credit. I've known Jim for a long time. He's a great producer. They only see Putney and you, but the whole crew does a great job. Thanks for being on.
He's okay. Thank you, Dick. Appreciate it. Back after this, halftime here, Sandy Creek up on Minden, 25-16.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Driving isn't worth your full attention.
What is?
A safety reminder from your Nebraska Department of Roads.
A diesel-powered engine on a farm works hard and operates in a grueling environment. Soy biodiesel fuels stand up to the challenge of powering farm equipment, but are also renewable and environmentally responsible as well. The Nebraska Soybean Board is committed to encouraging the use of soy biodiesel to protect the environment and sustain Nebraska's agriculture. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff, growing opportunity from the ground up.
At the Aurora Cooperative, we're continually driven by what's next in agriculture. So we're dedicated to being your first resource for world-class agronomy, grain storage and marketing, high-performance feeds, and energy. Driven by our vision to be financially strong, innovative, independent, locally owned. You're driven by the opportunities that exist. We're driven to help you make the most of them, now and for the next generation. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities.
Welcome back. We're at halftime. It's 25-16. Sandy Creek up on Minden. Coach Cremosta, things started out well for you guys, then Sandy Creek went on a run. What changed there?
Well, we turned the ball over too much, and I got some offensive boards. We just need to do a better job of playing basketball in general right now.
You guys hit a bunch of threes your last time out. Do you still like the shot selection? Eventually those you think will fall?
We need to make some of those. You know, Brooke and Jamie have struggled a little bit shooting it, but they'll be back the second half. I think we can make a run at them here and get back in the game. We just got to bear down and dig in on defense and play it possession by possession.
Good luck in the second half. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Matt, and thanks to Rick Cremosta for spending a few minutes with us. Along with Trudy Nolan, I'm Larry Putney. Great to have you back with us here at the Devaney Sports Center. Sandy Creek on top, thanks to, you heard Coach Cremosta talk about it, was really the turnovers that made the difference. It allowed Sandy Creek to open up an 11-point lead. About the 5:58 mark, they went 1 for 8 and 5 turnovers.
And this is what Minden, they're looking inside on that first one. And here's Hallie Bauer. Hallie has 11 points. She's kind of picking up where, you know, Brooke has not been able to get anything to fall. But I think, as, you know, Coach Cremosta said, she'll keep going here in the second half. She'll get something to fall. But Hallie's done a good job on the outside. Sandy Creek, you know, they looked inside. Here's Michaela Shaw. That's who they're looking for on the inside coming off of there. Also, Ashley Harms. Ashley Harms has done a great job. There's that three-pointer by her. She's got 11 points here. You know, here she is, the play that they had where she comes off the screen, gets a nice basket on the inside. They've done a great job on pressure defense. As Russ Neumeier said, they will keep that pressure defense up because that is what they love to play, is the hard defense.
Rick Cremosta and the Whippets looking to make a run on the Sandy Creek Cougars. It's 25-16, second half action coming your way on NET.
95% of American corn farms are family-owned.
Farmers grow 70% more corn per ounce of fertilizer than just 35 years ago.
The energy to grow a bushel of corn has dropped by 37% over the past 30 years.
Farmers have cut soil erosion by 44% through new tillage methods.
This is sustaining innovation, and it's how Nebraska corn farmers are growing more with less. On the web at nebraskacorn.org.
Programming on NET Television is provided in part by the Dr. Tom and Dorothy Hallstrom Inspire Nebraska Athletics Endowment.
And back at the Bob for second half action. Sandy Creek and Minden ready to get underway. 25-16 as we begin period number 3. And you heard Rick Cremosta talk about it. I mentioned it briefly before the break. It was about a 5-minute run where Minden went 1 for 8, had 5 turnovers. And Sandy Creek comes out and turns it over on its first possession. Exactly what the Whippets are going to need to get back into this. That and some good shooting by the Kissinger twins. Both Brooke and Jamie. That's Brooke inside. She's fouled on the floor.
And as you know, Rick said, you know, some of the shots aren't going in. They shot 5 for 20 the first half. They're hoping, it looks like, you know, Brooke maybe cutting in on the inside, getting some shots on the inside. 5 for 20 from field goals. You know, I'm sure Rick Cremosta is hoping the second half goes much better for them on the outside and inside game.
Last foul called on Ashley Harms. So Ashley here early in the third period picks up foul number 3. She leads Sandy Creek with 11 points. Certainly something to keep an eye on. They cannot afford to have Ashley Harms getting foul trouble. Outside, rattles out, tipped around, rebound. Strong backup, and Bailey Peterson will commit the foul. And that will send Harms back to the line. Third foul on Bailey Peterson.
And there it is where she goes up nice to get after that rebound. Ashley does, so you're right. They're wanting to keep her in there and not have her get her 4th foul and have to sit out at all in the second half.
Minden in some foul trouble of its own. There's a good look at that eye of Ashley Harms. You can see the stitches above that right eye.
Looks like it turned a little black and blue over the
Yes,
night as well.
26-18. Sandy Creek on top by 8. Bauer drives into the lane. Shaw was there to on ball, goes to the floor. And Minden keeps it alive. Kissinger has it swiped away. Michaela Shaw the other way. Shaw will go strong to the basket, and a foul called on Carly Sartorius.
Here she is. You know, Shaw does a great job of bringing the ball up the floor. And when she's coming down, you pretty much know she is going to take it all the way to the basket. Does a great job of taking those in and then drawing the foul on this one as well.
So free throw good by Shaw. That's 10 points now for Michaela Shaw. So 11 for Harms, 10 for Shaw. Those two average both over 16 a game. Here's Michaela Shaw, lays it in, got it. So Michaela Shaw with another bucket. 12 points for Michaela Shaw now. The three-pointer on the way, and got it. Bauer with the 3. 14 points for Haley Bauer. (29-21) Cougars by 8. Big three-pointer there by the Whippets. Shaw drives in the lane. Uncontested lay-in for Michaela Shaw. She now has 14 as well.
Yeah, and that's what she was doing yesterday, you know, when they played Chattering, drive into the basket. Here she comes out the second half doing the exact same thing.
Brooke Kissinger with the bucket.
Minda comes back with a good inside look as well, as with work on the inside there.
Wheeler looks inside. Off the screen, Connor Lowry with the open 3. Got it. Connor Lowry with her first bucket of the game. 3 for Lowry. Much more up-tempo first part of the second half. Another 3 on the way. Got it. Kissinger with the three-pointer. And a timeout called by Rick Cremosta.
Hello, I'm Jeff Beckman. Now, if you're like my family, you've been enjoying high school sports action on NET for many years. And in order to see it continue, we can all help out by joining the Sports Partners Club. Log on right now to this website, or you can call me personally, and I'll help you become a sports partner. Thank you for your support of high school sports here on NET.
Back at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Off of the three-pointer by Jamie Kissinger. The Whippets will pick up full court.
This we said, the tempo seems to be a little different here in the second half. Both teams have kind of relaxed a little bit, going, strong full court, both on offense and on defense to get things going.
Whippets tried the full court trap. Sandy Creek gets it up court. 3 seconds underneath. Called on Sandy Creek. So an opportunity here for the Whippets to cut it to 6. Bauer with it. Kissinger.
A little bit of a change there, having Hallie Bauer bring it up now, and Brooke Kissinger kind of down ready. I think they're looking for this to may have her drive a little bit more, and maybe have a little bit more of an open shot if she's down there on the offense rather than being the point guard.
The bucket by Kissinger cuts it to 6. Drive again by Shaw. That rolls off. Rebound to Kissinger. Jamie pushes it ahead to Sister Brooke. Drives in, lay-in, got it. Closest we've been since early in the second quarter, 34-30. Whippets getting back in it, a 7-0 Minden run. One more look at the quick outlet from Kissinger to Kissinger.
Nice left-hand layup on that side. They're looking for each other very well, and maybe looking to run just a little bit more, but as I said before, I think, they're looking for Brooke to try and get some different open shots, maybe not on the three-pointer. I think Sandy Creek is playing pressure defense to take that away, so they've made some adjustments here at halftime. Obviously, those adjustments helping as now they've pulled within 4.
Minden in the first half hit just 3 of 10 three-pointers, beginning to warm up here in the second half. There's Bauer with the three-pointer. Sandy Creek's Connor Lowry right back, and so both teams beginning to hit from the outside.
They are, we've seen lots of threes. Right now, Minden has, they've shot 12 threes this game. They're 5 for 12. Sandy Creek is 2 for 3. So we've seen 15 three-pointers put up in this game already. Definitely the three-point line can change a game. As we saw yesterday with Brooke Kissinger having 7 of those. That changes the game when you have 21 points just from the three-point line.
So Russ Ninemeyer takes the timeout. That 7-0 run by Minden has been all Kissinger's. 4 from Brooke, 3 from Jamie. Sandy Creek breaks the press. 14 turnovers on Minden, 10 for Sandy Creek. Cougars have been particularly loose with the ball here in second period of the second half of play. That's inside, and the shot by Harms is good, and she's fouled.
Sandy Creek has some good movement. They're moving a lot on offense, and right here, Ashley's coming around. She had just made a pass earlier. When don't have the ball, they move very well to get that open shot.
Completes the three-point play, and Harms now with 15. (37-30), Cougars back up by 7. Kissinger, Brooke drives again. A foul will be called. I believe it's on Ashley Harms. If so, it's her 4th, and it is. So the 4th foul on Ashley Harms, who has 15 points right now to lead Sandy Creek, and right away, Russ Ninemeyer goes to the bench.
Yeah, as we talked about earlier, he had to do the same thing yesterday when she had to go out with the cut on her eye. I'm sure he's hoping players on the bench can step up the same today now, because when she's in foul trouble and has been the leading scorer here for Sandy Creek.
So Harms goes to the bench with 4. And Lowry into the game for Sandy Creek. 8 points. Her 8th for Jamie Kissinger. Looks, pass inside. The turnaround won't go for Wheeler. And a foul called on the floor against Minden.
You know, we're seeing Minden with some real pressure defense right now. They were kind of holding back, I think, first half. Now they're really pressuring. And it can be difficult because Sandy Creek has the inside game and the drive, so you want to hang off so that you can help on the drive, but you also got to give pressure to the ball so that they can't see those open players on the inside as well.
No foul called underneath. Ball went off of Minden, so it stays with the Cougars. Off the screen. Here's Lowry for three. Lowry got the three-pointer. 6 points, back-to-back threes for Connor Lowry. And a very efficient shooting from outside the arc for Sandy Creek. 3 of 4 from three-point range. And it wasn't a pass, it worked well from Bauer. And it's now a 6-point game. Fire to Shaw. Shaw, left-hand drive. Doesn't finish. Kissinger, fake, shot fake, drive, got it. Nice shot fake up top to draw the defense. Hits the wide open jumper, 10 for Kissinger.
You know, some things can change when you feel a little more comfortable on offense. Things start changing even on defense. You start creating those turnovers and things start going your way a little bit more.
Boy, good defense by Brooke Kissinger, but she'll be called on a foul. I thought she was moving the feet well. Nice job.
That was Rick Hermosa there. You know, it's fun to watch him because he gets so fired up on things. You'll see him give the players high fives. He's jumping up and down on the sidelines, brings some great energy for those girls out there.
Tries the quick entry pass. Here's Shaw with it. Guarded by Bauer. Stolen by Kissinger, so another turnover for Sandy Creek. Kissinger, over to Kissinger, 3 is off. That could have cut it to 1, 40-36. Foul called on Minden. Call on Bauer. That's 2 fouls on Bauer. She has 14 points in the game. That's a 5th team foul on Minden. Broke the pressure, Heinrichs with it. Now up to Lowry, back up top to reset. Here's Wheeler.
You know, as we look at both teams have some younger players, freshmen and sophomores out here. So we're going to be seeing these teams back here, I think, again with these young players.
Michaela Shaw to Wheeler. Heinrichs with it, the freshman. Inside a minute. Sandy Creek not afraid to just chew some time here. Off the tip passing went off the backboard and back into the hands of Sandy Creek, who could not finish. 35 to go. 3rd period of play, Class C1 state championship. Cougars have led it since the 2nd period. That lead as many as 11, 3 different times here in this 3rd period, but now cut to 4 and a foul called on Sandy Creek. So Hendricks picks up her 3rd foul. Taylor does. Lowry comes out of the game.
This right here will be a big possession for Minden with 26 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Cutting it, you know, they could, at this point, cut it down to 1 or even 2.
Shot off the side of the rim and a foul called on Bauer. Bauer knew it when she reached and picks up her 3rd. And that is the 6th team foul on the Whippets. So very nearing the bonus for Sandy Creek.
You know, with the man-to-man, both teams playing such man-to-man pressure defense, we might see here in the 4th quarter things coming down to free throws at that point. And that's part of it when you play that man-to-man pressure defense. Plus, we're getting down towards the end. They're going to be going after every single ball that they can.
10 left. At 5, Shaw with it, kicks it outside. Shot on the way from Dylan Woodbury. And Woodbury hits the shot at the end of the third to extend that Sandy Creek lead. Her first bucket of the game, and they are up by 6. 42-36. Cougars on top of the win. 8 minutes to go in the game.
At U.S. Bank, we support athletics, the arts, and anyone with a dream. Support that's not just about money. It's about investing our time and our care to make the most of the places we call home. That's the power of U.S. Bank. All of us serving you.
At the Aurora Cooperative, we're continually driven by what's next in agriculture. So we're dedicated to being your first resource for world-class agronomy, grain storage and marketing, high-performance feeds, and energy. Driven by our vision to be financially strong, innovative, independent, locally owned. You're driven by the opportunities that exist. We're driven to help you make the most of them, now and for the next generation. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities.
So just before the buzzer to end the third, Dylan Woodbury has the wide open shot, takes it, and the senior knocks it down. That extends that Sandy Creek lead to 6 at 42-36. But the Whippets came out of that halftime locker room and charged back, got to within 4, had an opportunity to get it to a 1-point game, so still plenty of game left here as we're 8 minutes away from crowning a champ in Class C1.
You know, I think earlier Larry Hallie maybe had taken a ball off the rim there a little bit. Maybe I think they're looking to see maybe there might have been some blood on her uniform. Oh, she got hit in the face right down here on, looks like down low there, and maybe has some blood on her uniform. Is going to have to make that change. You know, when we look at the third quarter, at halftime it was 25-16. At the end of the third quarter, we're 42-36. That means that, you know, actually in the third quarter, Sandy Creek won the third quarter. They scored 20, or excuse me, Minden did. Minden scored 20, right. They scored 17. So, you know, coming out at halftime, they've gotten their confidence back on offense. They've had some shots fall. That can always make a difference when the shots will start to fall. It makes your game complete.
Love the play here by Rick Cremosta. He knows that his leading offensive scorer, Bauer, has gone in with blood on the shorts. She has to get the shorts changed. He's taken plenty of time, checking with the scorer's table, looking at the book, and now she is back. She switched jerseys, and she's wearing number 42. So Hallie Bauer will now be wearing 42. Shot is good from Allison Hollinger. Hollinger with first 2 of the game.
Here's a look at that as they look on the inside. She's got 3 girls from Sandy Creek right there, and she still puts it up very strong. Nice basket, getting them within 4 now, can make it 3 at this point. And now we have Hallie Bauer back in the game.
Bauer wearing number 42.
Minden coming out playing man-to-man, but looking for a little bit of a trap there as well on their press.
In case you're wondering who was 42 that switched uniforms, it was Carly Bauer. So switched uniforms with her sister. Carly just a sophomore, Hallie the senior. Four-point game early here in the 4th. Whippets playing some tough D. Shaw down low. Shaw, good move with the bucket. 16 points now for Shaw.
You know, right now Sandy Creek is hoping they can stay right there because they got Ashley Harms on the bench in foul trouble. So they're hoping they can stay there, bring her in here, I'm sure, in a few minutes.
Foul call down low. That will go against Michaela Shaw. Michaela not in any foul trouble. That is just her first personal. Still on the bench for Sandy Creek is Ashley Harms, who picked up her 4th foul in period number 3. But during that time, Sandy Creek has managed to actually extend the lead by 1. Shot is off, rebound. Montana Heinrichs, now stolen by Brooke Kissinger. Shot is off, and we have a foul. It's a good rebound by Allison Hollinger. She went up strong, and Sandy Creek with a hard foul.
Here it is, they're putting good pressure. That's that full court pressure they're doing now, coming in, you know, the second half here. And there she is making a good, you know, offensive rebound there for Minden and hoping to get a couple free throws here.
That rattles out. Second one on the way is off as well. 44-38, ball stolen away. Shot up, good, and a foul.
And that right there is why Rick Cremosta was wasting that time and trying to get her back in the game as soon as he could. And here it is. There's that pressure. They're trapping, giving that pressure, and there's Hallie taking it in nice on the layup.
16 now for Bauer. Five of 9, free throw good, cuts the lead to 3. This is as close as we've been since the second period.
This is what it's all about, Larry, right here, coming down to the very end, last quarter's championship game.
6:10 to go, 3 on the way from Lowry is off. Rebound of the Whippets, they can cut it to 1 or tie it up here. 44-41. It has not been tied since it was 12-12. Shot underneath, nice drive, shot no good. Rebound hard, tied up. Great job by Kissinger to get a hand on that.
Well, as you can tell that they are just going after everything now. Any loose balls, any rebounds, everybody wants it. Here's the replay of it. Kissinger makes a nice pass in there. And it didn't quite get the shot in, but then the other Kissinger, Jamie, comes in making a nice on the rebound.
So Russ Neinmeyer thinks it's about time to bring Ashley back, and Ashley Harms with 4 fouls back into the game now for Sandy Creek. This is as close as we've been since it was 13-12 Sandy Creek. It was tied at 12 apiece. Five and a half to go for a state title. Minden and Sandy Creek.
Here's Sandy Creek being very patient as they run through their offense. They have the person rolling through, coming off some screens, hoping to get that open.
Shot up and off. And tied up. Lowry couldn't get the shot to go, but it was tied up by Bauer. Possession arrow goes to Minden.
You know, Carly Bauer probably doesn't have a problem with their sister wearing her uniform. She's looking really good with the points, the rebounds, the layups.
Saying, Coach, that's the way I'm going to look out there in a couple of years. Bauer with it. Tries baseline, shut down by Shaw. Kissinger retrieves. Now Bauer with it again. Handed off to Brooke Kissinger. Drives, double team. They shut down the drive. Now she uses the left hand. Nice dribbling and drive by Brooke Kissinger with 10 points in the game. And we are at a 1-point game, 44-43. Last time it was a 1-point game, it was 13-12 Sandy Creek. Inside to Shaw. They'll call a foul inside on Jamie Kissinger. Jamie Kissinger picks up the foul. That will put Michaela Shaw at the line.
And as we talked about earlier, you know, we got 4:15 left, and both teams are now in one-on-one. Could come down to free throws with their pressure defense because they're going to be after every single ball, every single rebound. free throws will become a key.
Off by Shaw, rebound to the Whippets.
And the Minden fans have come to life here with 4 minutes left.
Timeout called by Cremosta. Wanted to save the possession and a chance to take the lead. So 4:01, and Rick Cremosta quickly calls a timeout before the 5-second call was coming. So 44-43, Cougars on top, 4 minutes to go. Hey, reminder, we've got 5 more state championships coming out throughout the day. Coming up next here on NET, the Class D1 showdown between the Humphrey Bulldogs and the Guardian Angels Central Catholic Blue Jays. That's coming up following this state championship game right here on NET. We will have 6 state champions crowned throughout the day here on NET. And after this, of course, medal presentation, the trophy presentations, and interviews with our champions after this Class C1 state championship game, our first of the day. And you'll see the foul trouble that Sandy Creek is in. Harms and Heinrichs both with 4 and Lowry with 2. But the big one there, Harms with 4. 44-43, Bauer with it. Tipped away. And off of the hands of Montana Heinrichs.
You know, Sandy Creek does a good job. They know what Minden, that they're going to be, you know, weaving up here on top with their guards. They do a good job of jumping off and then also getting a trap or the switch on there, which is making it difficult for Minden to get those open outside shots, and I think that's why they're looking a bit more to drive on them.
Kissinger with it. Now off to Bauer. Over to Kissinger, great pass underneath, and the lead. Hollinger gives the lead to the Whippets, their first lead since 7:52 of the second quarter when it was 10-8. 45-44, 3:15 to go, Whippets by 1.
Now you definitely can feel the momentum shift in here. However, keep in mind, this is not new to Sandy Creek. They've been here, they can handle the pressure, they know what it's like to play in a state tournament.
Cougars looking for its 10th state championship overall. That would be second in the state in the turnover. Brooke Kissinger drives hard to the basket. No foul called, and then a 1 is called on Kissinger. Misses the lay-in and then the foul. And it's 1-1. 4 personal fouls now on Kissinger.
So now we're looking at 1 on each team, 1 key player on each team. Jamie Kissinger from Minden has 4 fouls. Ashley Harms, who's at the line right now, has 4 fouls as well.
Shot is off, 1-1. Missed opportunity to tie it. Free throws have not been kind to Sandy Creek down the stretch.
You know, both teams, Sandy Creek is now 9 for 15 from free throws. Minden is 8 for 13. Struggle a little bit at the free throw line, and that can make a huge difference in the end of a game, those free throws.
Kissinger not afraid to fire up the 3. Kissinger rebound, back up strong, can't get it to go. Then off of the hands of Hollinger and out. Ball will be with Sandy Creek. Jamie Kissinger with a double-double, 10 rebounds, 10 points. And now with the last rebound, 11 after that shot miss by her sister Brooke. So 45-44. Shaw with the ball, gets it across half court. And Russ Ninemeyer will take a timeout and draw up a play in hopes of regaining that lead with 2:13 to go. Well, if you'd like a DVD of this game, it's a pretty good one to get a DVD of, or any of today's NSAA girls basketball tournament games. Just call 1-800-868-1868, and you can relive this year's exciting tournament action for years to come. NET is Nebraska's home for sports. 45-44. Russ Ninemeyer called timeout, now drawing up a play. Where's he going to go?
You know, I think the big thing is right now he's probably telling them, okay, this is a big possession for us because we've got to stay within. They're within one. We need to stay within that. My guess is they're probably going to look for Shaw on the inside. They've set something up for a screen for her to come off and look on the inside for her.
Anticipating the pressure on the inbounds pass, they set up the inbounds play. Ball goes into Montana Heinrichs. Guarded by Kissinger. Now off to Wheeler. Wheeler guarded by Sartorius.
The other thing is, you know, they can be patient. They have 2 minutes. They have plenty of time. They need to look for that open shot, not to panic, which I'm sure Sandy Creek, they're not going to panic. As I said before, they've been in these situations, and there's Shaw right off that screen.
Great pass inside to Shaw. Dips underneath the defense and lays it in. Sandy Creek regains the lead. 18 points now for Shaw and a turnover.
And there's that pressure defense. You know, Brooke is being guarded, but then she has somebody else coming after. She's double teamed, and that's what Sandy Creek likes to do is get that pressure on them and cause those turnovers. And now, of course, Russ Ninemeyer wants his team to capitalize on that. They're one ahead, increase that lead with 1:30 left.
46-45, 1.5 to go. Looks inside, cutting Shaw, not available. Other side, here's Ashley Harms with it. Harms in there with 4 fouls. Guarded closely by Kissinger, who also had 4. 1 minute to go, 46-45. Cougars not afraid to just chew clock here.
They're not, and that's fine. They have the lead. They can do this. The key is going to be that Minden's going to need to foul, and Sandy Creek is going to have to come up with their free throws at this point.
Good hard foul by Allison Hollinger. Hollinger commits the foul, and that will put Tori Wheeler at the line. Wheeler, 5'6" senior guard, averages 3 points a game. Sandy Creek has missed the front end of its last 2 1-on-1 opportunities. So this also a 1-on-1. He got it. So the senior puts it down, gives them a 2-point lead.
You know, coaches talk a lot about free throws and work a lot in practice and try to give that free throws can make or break a game. And here you are, you're in a situation, the state championship, where it can make or break it.
Big shots by Wheeler. 2 free throws give them a 3-point advantage. And Rick Cremosta, in his 12th year at Minden, will take a timeout and talk it over with the Whippets. 1 timeout left for the Whippets, 2 left for Sandy Creek. Let's take a look at the last great pass on the inside to Hollinger.
It is a great pass in there, and Hollinger's played a great game, and there's where that timeout came in. They came back out, looked for Michaela Shaw on the inside. They're very patient as they run that offense where they circle Shaw around, trying to come off of a screen and get open. Rick Cremosta probably talking to his players right now. You know, they're 5 for 16 from the 3-point line. That would tie it, but they still have 39 seconds left, you know? They still have time to put in a 2, get a foul right away. Sandy Creek has struggled. You know, she did a good job here at the very end. Tori did it making the last 2 free throws, but they struggled at the free throw line.
Let's go over to Matt Schick. Matt.
Yeah, he was dropping on Coach Ninemeyer and Sandy Creek's huddle. His message was simple: guard those screens, and if we get the ball back, call timeout. Ball security, obviously highly imperative at this point, but guarding those screens, those ball screens, is something he really stressed in that huddle.
Sandy Creek also now in the double bonus. Nick's foul, the Cougars will be shooting 2. Right now, it's about Minden finding a way to get a shot in. That goes off of the hand of Shaw and out, but good defense on the inbounds pass.
You know, Minden, though, has 3 players that are capable of making those threes. They've got Brooke, Jamie Kissinger, they've each made them, and Hallie Bowers put one in, too.
Kissinger has it, drives in, and just loses control. And a foul quickly by Allison Hollinger. And now it comes down for Sandy Creek to making free throws.
You know, obviously it helps now that they have 2-shot free throws. Not, you know, on a one-on-one can make a huge difference. You got to make that first one. Russ Neinmeyer, though, I know he wants both of these by all means, absolutely. But, you know, right now they're in a good situation with a 3-point lead. Ashley Harms puts that in, puts it up to 4 right now.
A free throw good, 49-45.
You know, we talk about Sandy Creek knowing how to handle it. Remember, this is their 3rd straight year they've gotten here on a wild card.
Right.
They can handle pressure. They get themselves in great situations, obviously.
So 5-point lead by the Cougars. They do not want to foul, and the Whippets now have to put in a bucket. Shot on the way from Sartorius off the back. Rebound, Kissinger. 3 on the way. Off, rebound to Harms. And Harms is fouled. 11 seconds to go. 6-0 run by Sandy Creek. And the Cougar bench is excited.
It is, and that was a great rebound by Ashley Harms there, and a great job of holding on to it, not kicking it out, trying, you know, to get a turnover. She was just at the line, made 2 free throws. She should be there again. That's the person that they want there.
First one is off. I think you jinxed her.
I think I did. Sorry, Ashley.
11.7 left, 50-45. Second one rattles in.
Sandy Creek's just looking to pressure, not have any fouls though, just pressure the ball handler.
Kissinger, 3-pointer is off. Time winds down, last shot no good. And Sandy Creek has won the Class C1 state championship. 10 championships for Russ Neinmeyer, who runs across the court and gives a big hug to his wife in the stands.
It's a very exciting time. As we were just talking about, they come in on a wild card. They've been here before. They've done this before. Their last one was just 2 years ago. It's great to come back again, get in that championship game and win.
So Sandy Creek wraps it up when we come back. The trophy presentation and the medals for our runner-up and champions coming up after this.
What inspired me to pursue a career in technology was the fact that I have kids. We need the internet. They wouldn't be able to do any of their research without it. It's really important for our children to think science and technology is important. I believe that all kids should look towards technology because that's where the world is going. Get involved in all of the science activities because all of that experience can lead you a long way.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
A flame burns brightly in these young Nebraskans. It's the energy of enterprise and entrepreneurship. One Oak Energy Marketing, the company you've trusted for years for reliable natural gas, is now a part of Constellation Energy. While our name has changed, our commitment to young Nebraskans remains strong. So we will continue to support 4-H and FFA in the counties we serve, because we want to keep their flame burning always. Constellation Energy.
NET Sports coverage of the 2012 NSAA State Basketball Tournament is brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska's high school athletes. By the Nebraska Corn Board and Nebraska's corn farmers, growing more with less through sustaining innovation at nebraskacorn.org. And by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska, one less thing to worry about. So there are the medals and the trophies about to be presented to our state champs and the runners-up as the nets get cut down. Let's go to Doc Weiniger for the medal presentation for the runner-up, the Minden Whippets.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is delighted to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Board of Directors members Dallas Watkins from Dundee County Stratton, Mark Norvell from Fillmore Central, and U.S. Bank Representative Jeff McCowan. Here are the awards for Class C1 runner-up Minden High School. Will head coach Rick Promosta and your assistants please step toward the middle of the court to present the silver medals to each team member. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 13, Shay Taylor. Number 30, Elizabeth Grams. Number 31, Emily Nelson. Number 35, Allison Hollinger. Number 41, Elena Boudreau. Number 42, Carly Bauer. Number 43, Allison Rouse. Number 45, Allison Geist. Number 54, Sydney Stadler. Number 21, Carly Sartorius. Number 22, Brooke Kissinger. Number 25, Hallie Bauer. Number 40, Jamie Kissinger. Number 51, Bailey Peterson. And now, all of you are welcome to receive the runner-up trophy for your school. Congratulations, Minden High School. And now, to the champions. First, head coach Russ Neinmeyer, we have a special award for you. Now, coach, hand out the gold medals to your championship team members. Number 15, Kelly Bullen. Number 25, Kaylee Fye. Number 31, Riley Morris. Number 33, Amanda Skalka. Number 35, Taylor Hendricks. Number 41, Morgan Dixon. Number 45, Dylan Woodbury. Number 51, Beth Von Spreckelson. Number 53, Erica Haar. Number 11, Connor Lowry. Number 13, Tori Wheeler. Number 21, Montana Henry. Number 23, Ashley Harms. Number 43, Michaela Shaw. And now, for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2012 Class C1 NSAA Basketball Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Sandy Creek High School.
Well, the Sandy Creek Cougars, your state champs in Class C1, finishing with a record of 22-3, and they take home the hardware, but also taking home hardware, the Minden Whippets, and with runner-up head coach Rick Promosta. Here's Matt Schick.
Thank you, Larry. Down somewhat big early, came back. You got to like the fight your team showed there toward the end.
Oh, yeah, I knew I had a good feeling we'd make a run, and we got it back. Actually, I think took the lead there, and then the ball just didn't bounce our way at the end of the game. You know, the game could have went either way at that stage of the game, but I was proud of my girls. They battled the whole, second half they showed some spunk, and they battled hard.
You guys had basically the whole town here to support you for your first state championship. What did this day mean to you?
Well, it's a big day, just not for us, but the whole community of Minden. They're great supporters, and well, you know, we got great fans, and they love our teams.
Congrats on a great year.
Thank you.
Larry?
All right, thanks very much, Matt, and thanks to Rick Promosta for spending time with us. A bright future, though, for the Minden Whippets. A couple of young sophomores who lead that team in scoring. But the champs in Class C1, the Sandy Creek Cougars, will be back and wrap up Class C1 at the Bob Devaney Sports Center.
95% of American corn farms are family-owned.
Farmers grow 70% more corn per ounce of fertilizer than just 35 years ago.
The energy to grow a bushel of corn has dropped by 37% over the past 30 years.
Farmers have cut soil erosion by 44% through new tillage methods.
This is sustaining innovation, and it's how Nebraska corn farmers are growing more with less. On the web at nebraskacorn.org.
You know, many years ago when I was about 8 years old, I got the opportunity to watch a box turtle behind my house lay her eggs. And watching that turtle go through all that effort, it just piqued my curiosity, and I wanted to learn more and read more. My entire job is science. I want children to get connected with science and utilize the technology and the engineering abilities, because each one of us has the ability to change the world.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
America's export of soybeans helps the U.S. maintain a positive agricultural trade balance. Nebraska contributes half of its soybeans for export. The protein and oil content in soybeans enhance the growing demand for higher protein diets. The Nebraska Soybean Board promotes research to develop new soybean varieties with higher protein and oil content for major agricultural markets. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff, growing opportunity from the ground up.
NET Sports coverage of the 2012 NSAA State Basketball Tournament is brought to you in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. By the Aurora Cooperative, innovative, financially strong, committed to the communities we serve. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities. And by Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. And there is the celebration, the Sandy Creek Cougars, for the 10th time in program history. And you see Russ Neinmeyer running off the bottom of the screen as the dog pile happened at midcourt, celebrating their 10th title. Neinmeyer ran across the floor into the stands, gave his wife a big hug, and here's a look at the final stats that in the end say Sandy Creek wins.
Yeah, you know, and as you look at it, two of their players both had 18. Ashley Harms, Michaela Shaw coming out having a great, Michaela Shaw's had a great tournament. Ashley Harms coming off of that injury yesterday in her eye, coming out today, doing a great job, had some big free throws down towards the end. This, you know, being Sandy Creek's 10th state title, Russ Neinmeyer has definitely built a tradition down there at Sandy Creek, and I'm sure it starts at the very young age. And they still have some very young players, some players that saw action here today as well.
You see the big one, 3 of 4 from three-point range for Sandy Creek, 5 of 18 for the Whippets. Big difference in percentage, and also a big difference. It resulted on the scoreboard. 51-45 the final. Both teams finishing on the year 22-3. Sandy Creek takes home the state championship in Class C1. The Minden Whippets take home the runner-up trophy. And it was a tight fourth quarter as The Whippets came back and brought it to within one, 45-44, but Sandy Creek closed on a 7-0 run in the last 3:26 to take it 51-45. When we come back, we'll hear from the champs from Sandy Creek. Stay with us.
At the Aurora Cooperative, we're continually driven by what's next in agriculture. So we're dedicated to being your first resource for world-class agronomy, grain storage and marketing, high-performance feeds, and energy. Driven by our vision to be financially strong, innovative, independent, locally owned. You're driven by the opportunities that exist. We're driven to help you make the most of them, now and for the next generation. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities.
What inspired me to pursue a career in technology was the fact that I have kids. We need the internet. They wouldn't be able to do any of their research without it. It's really important for our children to think science and technology is important. I believe that all kids should look towards technology because that's where the world is going. Get involved in all of the science activities because all of that experience can lead you a long way.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
NET Sports coverage of the 2012 NSAA State Basketball Tournament is brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska's high school athletes. By Constellation Energy, formerly known as One Oak Energy Marketing Company, a participant in the Choice Gas program and a proud sponsor of Nebraska 4-H and FFA. And by the Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. So welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center. 51-45, the final, and the tradition continues for Sandy Creek. They have now won 10 state championships. 6 of those came in a row from 96 through 2001, took a couple of years or a few years off and won it back in 2010. Finished third last year, and then for the second time in 3 years, Sandy Creek once again takes home the gold medal. And you talk about creating a tradition and starting at a young age. Russ was saying earlier, Russ Ninemeyer was saying they had 68 teams at a tournament in Sandy Creek earlier this year. Third graders starting very early, getting used to the Sandy Creek tradition. And the architect of that tradition, the architect of the program, is with Matt Schick now.
Thank you, Larry. Here with Coach Russ Ninemeyer. Took a couple of years away from this, and now you're back. What does this one feel like for you?
This feels exactly the same way it did back in 91, back when we won the first championship. So it feels the same, great, enthusiastic right now, full of excitement, and just appreciate I got good kids.
Talk about the game as a whole. I mean, you guys start out a little bit slow, take a nice lead, but then Minden comes back there in that second half and takes the lead in the fourth.
You know, that's the quality of Minden, too. You got to give them credit. They were going to come back. We knew they were going to come back, but for our good sake, we knew we were going to be stepped up right there. We stepped up to answer the bell, and our kids did what they needed to do at the end. How
concerned were you about some foul trouble there late in that game?
Yeah, we were getting ourselves in there. When Ashley got her fourth, we were sitting there for a long time, and then Taylor got her fourth. We were starting to go down the bench, but, you know, we've got some kids that also can play a little bit in their roles, and they did a great job for us.
It seems to be you have some players that are a nice extension of you out there as well that really take control on the floor.
Yeah, we had some kids that really stepped up. I thought Montana did a great job. Tori did a good job up really holding the ball for us, moving the ball, and then Michaela got the ball in her hands. We went to town.
And some free throws down the stretch that really iced this one away.
Yeah, you put Ashley on the free throw line, it's like going to the bank. It's going to be good.
More than 500 wins for you, 10 state titles. What does this mean to Sandy Creek and the folks out there?
Well, I just hope they're proud of the team and in the school, because we do have a great school. We have a lot to offer for people, and so that's a great place to live and raise the kids.
Congratulations to you.
Thanks a lot.
We'll talk to the players next as Sandy Creek comes away with their 10th state championship, 51-45 over Minden.
A flame burns brightly in these young Nebraskans. It's the energy of enterprise and entrepreneurship. One Oak Energy Marketing, the company you've trusted for years for reliable natural gas, is now a part of Constellation Energy. While our name has changed, our commitment to young Nebraskans remains strong. So we will continue to support 4-H and FFA in the counties we serve, because we want to keep their flame burning always. Constellation Energy.
Power Drive electric car program gives high school students a hands-on way to apply studies, learn about electricity and energy efficiency, and develop skills that will benefit them throughout their lives. Nebraska Public Power District encourages students and teachers to get involved. Schools have the power to make it happen. For information on Power Drive, visit oppd.com or nppd.com.
Sandy Creek, your Class C1 state champs with a 51-45 win over Minden. I'm Matt Schick here with senior Tori Wheeler, who, well, first, before we talk about your big free throws, how does this one feel as you hold the trophy?
It's pretty great. My sophomore year when we won, I wasn't a starter. I came off the bench. I just got a little bit of playing time, and it's really great to go out and know that I'm really making a difference this year.
And you played a huge role with a few free throws, 3 of 4 from the line, a couple of big ones that extended it to a 3-point lead. What are you feeling as you go to the line trying to extend this lead in crunch time?
Free throws always come easy in practice, but there's a lot of pressure in the game. And Montana came up to me and she told me that I just got to take a deep breath and put them in because we needed them.
And you got them, and you got the state championship. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's bring in the next player. As Sandy Creek celebrates its 10th state championship, Ashley Harms, of course, with a nice game, team high 18 points. First, we have to ask, since I can see it up close, how's the eye feeling?
It's still a little sore, but it wasn't going to keep me from playing in the championship game. I knew.
You injured it in the last game. Did it cause any distraction to you or discomfort during the game?
Kind of. Well, I only got in for the last minute, but I really wanted to get back in the game.
What did it mean to you to be there at the end for this?
The crowd was awesome, like when I went back in the last game, and all the support was just awesome.
Well, what does this state championship mean to you?
It's just a great way to end my senior year, and I'm so proud of our team and how hard we've worked throughout the year.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
All right. And we bring in Michaela Shaw, 18 points for Michaela Shaw. As you hold the championship trophy, what does this mean to you in Sandy Creek?
Oh, it just feels so good. We worked so hard for this and practice every day. And yeah, we just worked our way to get here, and we got the big championship.
You, of course, had some big points there, and we're watching there on the screen. You really kind of took control there, especially early on in that second half. A nice steal there as you go to the hoop. Talk about your game, because you're a very talented player, and it showed today.
Yeah, I just try to play my game, focus on defense, and work to drive the ball inside. That's my game. I try to play my games, and my teammates help me out a lot.
As a junior, you're back here for another year. You think you can leave with the number 11 for the school?
I sure hope so.
Congratulations. A great game out there, and good job for Sandy Creek.
Thank you.
All right, there it is. Sandy Creek, Class C1 state champions with the win over Minden. We're back after this from the Bob Devaney Sports Center.
Driving isn't worth your full attention.
What is?
A safety reminder from your Nebraska Department of Roads.
95% of American corn farms are family-owned.
Farmers grow 70% more corn per ounce of fertilizer than just 35 years ago.
The energy to grow a bushel of corn has dropped by 37% over the past 30 years.
Farmers have cut soil erosion by 44% through new tillage methods.
This is sustaining innovation, and it's how Nebraska corn farmers are growing more with less. On the web at nebraskacorn.org.
NET Sports coverage of the 2012 NSAA State Basketball Tournament is brought to you in part by Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. By U.S. Bank, committed to customer service through performance, products, and people. U.S. Bank, proud sponsor of Nebraska High School basketball on NET, member FDIC. And by the Nebraska Corn Board and Nebraska's corn farmers, growing more with less through sustaining innovation at nebraskacorn.org.